Ever since I can remember, my family's been coming to forests like these to go camping. I grew up back east, went to college there, and went into the Peace Corps, and it was in Africa in the 1980s that I got a sense of how human beings were destroying the entire planet. When I came back to the US, I decided I should work for the Environmental Protection Agency, but just a couple of years there and I realized government wasn't going to solve the problems. So I decided to come out here to Eugene, Oregon, just live a simple lifestyle and not be a part of the problem myself. When I got out here and I saw the big trees and the mountains and the rivers of Cascadia, I fell in love with this place. And when I saw the clear cuts and the tree farms, I was sickened. They're far more prevalent than the natural forest. Most of the natural forest that's left is on public land. It's managed by the Forest Service, and what they do is they mark the trees with blue paint and they sell them off. They want to maximize timber values, so the natural fires that start in the forest, they put them all out. What that means is the fuel load on the forest floor doesn't burn off naturally. So when the fires come, they're much bigger and they get up into the canopy of the trees. The forest would naturally recover from this kind of a situation if it's left to heal, but the Forest Service doesn't do that. They sell it off as low-priced salvage. Even if an area is off limits to logging, even if an arsonist is the one that sets it on fire, the Forest Service will still sell it off as low-priced salvage. And because naturally recovering forest is never let to naturally heal, it's one of the rarest ecosystems in the West. Now, I learned all this from my friends Katya and Tim. They call it light it, fight it, and log it. And they were the ones that convinced a bunch of us that when it happened at Warner Creek, at the end of a long mountain road on Bunchgrass Ridge, we had to be there first.
Four winds, seven seas, relative humanity. Everywhere I look, I see someone looking back at me.
Have a global warming day. Have a global warming day. Have a global warming day. Masu masu tsuine. Masu masu tsuine. Masu masu tsuine. Watch the ice caps melt away. Have a global warming day. Masu masu tsune. Have a global warming day.
You're right, only take one barrel and kill it.
You have 2 strike teams of engines, a couple water tenders, 3 strike teams of crews, and your overhead folks.
Masu masu tsune. Have a global warming day.
Projected cost at about $5 million, and the cost reports at $5,028,000 as of midnight last night.
Would you check with Aerotax on the availability of the Virtual for Vision E along Bunchgrass Ridge?
Phoenix, Kellerman.
Okay, why don't you say your name for me?
Okay, and why don't do I want me to speak in the lens, or do you want me to speak to?
Speak to me.
Okay.
Say your name for me.
Okay, my name is Dr. Timothy Inglesby. I'm co-director of the Cascadia Fire Ecology Education Project. Well, in 1991, this whole area was a spotted owl sanctuary, and then arsonists set on fire with the help of about 2,500 firefighters burning an additional 3,000 acres. This became the second largest wildfire in the history of the Willamette National Forest. And barely 2 weeks after the fire was out, the Forest Service announced that they wanted to salvage log this area, in which had been prohibited from further commercial logging. This road itself was an environmental atrocity that never should have been legally permitted. I mean, it was an invasion of this roadless area, calculated to do strategic destruction, to take it out of wilderness once and forever. We've been here for 4.5 years, studying this area, hiking this area, caring for this area, and they don't belong here anymore. They've kind of reneged their rights to manage, ravage, salvage this land. I don't speak that well in sound bites, but
Yes, you do. I got some stuff I can use there.
fire is an agent of chaos. It defies their whole paradigm of management and control, and drawing lines on maps and saying, okay, we're going to devastate this and we're going to reserve that. Warner Creek's natural recovery has so many lessons. We haven't even begun to ask the right questions. And the answers are staring us in the face, you know?
You'll be able to drop down there and see what helitorching from the Forest Service looks like, and see the area that is going to be the first one where they will try to come up and log.
Is that the section at the top of 2408?
Yeah. At the very end of Road 2408.
went to work for the Forest Service, and I believed at that time that we were doing the right thing of cutting some of the timber. But I always was concerned that they were cutting too much.
In Wisconsin, there's no old-growth forest left anymore, and I would hate to see that happen anywhere else.
What the human race is doing to our environment, not just the forest, but the soils and the seas and wildlife, and it's just our system is non-sustainable, totally non-sustainable.
We're losing more species every day than has ever happened before, and that we're not taking steps to stop it. Just made me so angry knowing that my lifestyle was a part of that, and that I'd been lied to so much in my life about the fact that the way I was living was actually bringing that all about.
The message is simple. Fire does not destroy a forest. Logging destroys a forest. We didn't just walk through forests. We also walked through clear cuts. We walked through tree farms. We walked through tree plantations. It's so obvious when you're up there. A tree plantation is not a forest. Fire doesn't destroy a forest. Logging destroys a forest.
No, I just asked these officers to call you and let me know.
Subject to arrest.
Okay, well,
If you wish to back up.
I wanted to ask, is there any chance that we could invite one of the Forest Service people, perhaps the district ranger, to join us on our podium?
Most Americans, I believe, think the way you do. They believe national forests are protected, and they're shocked to find out they're not, and they're angered to find out that Smokey the Bear is the one that's cutting them down. But in a democracy, in our country, we are not the customers of the Forest Service. We're the owners. We're the owners of national forests. We don't have to ask for permission to save them. They have to ask our permission to cut them down.
It's my understanding that nobody wishes to address the group. I'll check with that, and if that's different, I'll let you know, okay?
The trees and the grass, the water, and all of these living beings is being destroyed by an out-of-control government, an out-of-control system that every taxpayer is paying for. We're all paying for our own destruction.
So your hand is in cement down there? How is it being restrained down there?
Feels like a handcuff. And it's dark. It's very dark.
So what's your point?
They're not coming in here.
Mm-hmm. So how long are you going to stay here?
I'm stuck. I'm not going to be out of here until somebody gets me out.
People of the earth, try and rise. People of the earth, try and rise. Unite. People of the earth, try and rise. People of the earth, try and rise. Unite. People of the earth, try and rise. People of the earth, try and rise. Earth, water, fire, air. We
on what they can get away with, what is legal and what is illegal, instead of looking at what is right and what is wrong. And the two don't line up all too often, especially now and here. Unless you really have thrown up your hands and said, it's useless, I give up, we have lost, then you've got to be doing something.
You know love is the answer to every question, love is the answer. Love is the answer to every question, love is the answer.
And I came out and did the walk, and after seeing all the life and the trees and all the animals and realized the scam the government was pulling on us, I couldn't leave. And I've been here since then, and I don't think I'm leaving until they take me away.
We all call Mama Earth our home, respect her, protect her, and now rise up, rise up, rise up, rise. Yo, people of the earth, try to rise. People of the earth, try to rise. Unite, people of the earth, try to rise.
I walked up beyond the gate up there at Warner Creek today, and what I saw was just totally inspiring. First of all, I saw a whole bunch of people doing hardcore work on the ground. And these were people I had never seen before. This is a whole new generation of eco-activists.
I'm happy that I'm to that point where I can give myself and be here and participate. You know, that I'm not, that my head is clear enough to be able to be here, you know.
As I learned more about power and more about government and more about big corporations, I started to realize that unless people like myself stood up and actually took action, that probably very little of this would be left. We, at one time, as a society, didn't believe that women had the same rights as men, children had the same rights as adults, people of color didn't have the same rights as white people. And slowly we've changed our values, and I think we're going to have to change our values to accept rights of forests and rights of rivers, rights of mountains.
1 Grader followed by 1 Dudley, over.
Cars, are you monitoring?
There's more vehicles on the way, over.
It's coming. Everybody up. Hustle up, we got Freddie.
The Forest Service has roads into these areas so they can protect it and do what they can. But they can't do that if this road is closed.
And unless you move, you can be cited for blocking.
Disorderly conduct, blocking a public highway, is a crime in Oregon, and you can be physically arrested for it. Are you willing to go?
I believe that they can replace the trees that have lived and died for thousands of years. And how can I explain to a daughter or a son I wasn't strong enough to save the ancient one?
The kind of moral weight of the destruction of the last remaining ancient forests of this country demanded a response with similar moral weight. And what that means for me now is to just sit here and for a period of days, weeks, I don't know, maybe more than a month, stop eating. I spent a lot of time up at Warner Creek, just like letting that place kind of pass its power along to me. And I'm going to just keep remembering what Warner Creek is like. And when people ask me what they can do, I'm going to tell them why don't they go up there and take a look and bring back a memory for me.
Yeah, the weather's really beautiful. All that was here was the Forest Service gate, which we've modified a bit. Their signs say Cascadia Free State now, and
Their foundations have been reinforced a bit.
We don't know how long we're going to need to be here, and whether or not it's snow or rain or just cold, we need to be comfortable here, because this is definitely where we're living. We've been here for several weeks now.
Oh, this is a really big ditch. It's basically the area's been taken over as Cascadia Free State to stop logging trucks from coming in, and some folks have basically put ditches in the road to stop the logging trucks from coming in.
It's pretty impossible for vehicles to drive around the cables without bumping them or dislodging them, which would probably bring me to my death. We hope that the Forest Service cares a little more about human life than they do about animal life or tree life or plant life. We've got a couple more shovels and one more pickaxe.
From the Midwest, you're not here and you don't know all the details, and I don't know. Last night we had a meeting and I learned a lot of things, and it was a little bit overwhelming.
Well, the Forest Service is being directed by the Congress. The problem is the Congress.
They have no intention of representing people like me. They no intention of representing other living creatures out there. No respect for that. They represent industry and multinational corporations and urbanites, I guess. Not even really urbanites, just money. Money.
That there are a lot of women involved in the environmental movement. Maybe part of it is balancing out, what's been happening in our society for so long, with, patriarchal society and ruling our planet. And I think the women are coming back, and standing up for the earth. And I don't think it's solely women, it's women and men, but it's good to see that there are a lot of women out here getting active and taking part.
I love the forest. I love the forest. I love the earth. I'm one of the people, like everyone else, I guess, right now, who lives in a time of crisis. This war against the earth has been going on for hundreds of years, and we're getting to a point where maybe it's always been this point where people have to say no, enough.
It's sad that people have to do this. That's the bottom line, I think.
So we had turned back the bulldozers. Warner Creek was being protected. The ongoing blockade was successful. And people started to realize, though, that there were a lot of other forests that were being cut while we were up there at Warner Creek. So we decided if we could just get settled in enough at Warner Creek and protect that place strong enough, we could start to branch out to other places. But for me, I just needed to keep sitting down at the Federal Building on my juice-only fast and continue to tell the story from there. It's day 15 for me, and I feel really strong. I don't intend to kill myself, and I hope I don't do myself any permanent physical damage, but I want to go right up to the edge of what that will be. I'll listen real carefully to what my body has to say. I want to send a message to Congress, and Congress doesn't listen very easily, and so that could take me a long time. So I'm just going to be here as long as it takes for Congress to hear, and try to keep myself around so that I can continue to work on this issue with a strong body and mind after this hunger strike is over.
I've spent a lot of time up there directly, and I've also spent a lot of time carrying supplies and people back and forth. People are prepared to go to jail. People are risking their personal safety to some extent. And I think they're prepared to take it farther than it's been taken up to this point. Violence is something that really wouldn't serve anybody. It would be very counterproductive, and most people realize that. We can't stand up to the kind of assault that would bring down on ourselves if anyone was even thinking about using violent methods up there. The conservatives, the Republicans, the industry are frustrated and angry. They can't believe nothing's been done to move us. It started with the industry spokespeople, Wise Use, and some of their cohorts in Congress have taken this up, and they're trying to pin this domestic terrorist label on us. A lot of people will hear that and be confused, and damage to the road is certainly not terrorism, not like being beat up or having your pets killed or having your house or your car blown up. These things happen to environmentalists quite often. There's a lot of documentation on that.
Society has just fallen apart in so many ways, and it's so evident to so many people. And I think when people come to Warner Creek, they feel empowered with a way to respond to that in a positive way. And I think people come in, and when they do cross over, they can instantly be a part of something. Their importance is measured on how much gumption they're willing to put into something, not some hierarchical structure where they just get buried at the bottom of some mass organization or something. Going up against a government with truth, man. It's just a truth issue. There's just no way around it. They can't confront us on anything because there's no truth on their side. They're out there being the front men for the greed machine. They're not going to be able to just brush this one under the rug. They're going to have to stand up and accept the fact that they've sold out the people, and they're going to have to answer to that. Started down below us, came up over this ridge, and proceeded down on the other side of the ridge. 9,000 acres total, including about 3,000 the government burned.
This little inconsequential looking bit of stuff here that's growing on the side of the tree is a species of lichen that has a critical role in providing nitrogen for the forest. These guys don't start to develop until the forest gets to be about 100 years old, and then they actually take nitrogen out of the atmosphere and fix it into a form that plants can use. If we continue to tree farm, we lose habitat for these lichens, these nitrogen-fixing lichens that are adding nutrients to the soil. What you see here is a mass of fine feeder roots that are covered with this little white cottony material in here. And that's what soil scientists call mycorrhizal fungi. It's a mutually beneficial association between soil fungi and the roots of the plant that increase the ability of the plant to take up water and nutrients, and in return, the giant forest trees feed sugar down to these fungi. When you remove the above-ground vegetation, you clear cut, you disconnect these from their source of energy, and therefore the complex web of interrelationships that happen below our feet in the soil collapse. So we can tell that this tree survived a life-threatening fire when it was young, but then as it gets larger and larger, the bark becomes thicker and thicker and becomes more and more immune to fire. So the subsequent fires that swept through this area probably didn't even scar the tree.
We're killing Mother Earth. It's me that's doing it. It's you that's doing it. We're doing it because of our consumptive lifestyles, because we've been taught that the appropriate way to live is to define your personality and who you are by the acquisition of things that you have. And so you have a real hard time knowing any other way to live than acquiring things and defining yourself by more, more, and more. So that's the first thing we need to do, is we need to admit it. With each action that you take, you ask yourself, what are the consequences of what I'm doing, and is what I'm doing sustainable? If everybody on the planet had the opportunities that I have as an American, and they all exercise those opportunities the way I'm exercising them, could we sustain that on into future generations? If the answer is no, then you're in a tough place. Because what you have to do is you have to grieve as you're going through the actions of your day.
The current raging issue is the Sugarloaf timber sale, which is just one of several of these horrible timber sales that will generate 4,000 to 5,000 truckloads of logs.
Second thing we have to begin to do is non-participation, and I'm talking about a massive non-participation in this consumer society. It's a complete redefinition of culture. What we wear, what we eat, where we live, how we transport ourselves. We need a complete redefinition of this culture. Don't feel like you can come to a rally, cast the right vote, and it's going to change. It's going to change when we all change.
This is insane. It's so sad to me that the people have to come and get arrested to take care of the forest that's in our backyards. You know, it's just ridiculous.
But now we're faced with species extinction. Extinction is not death. Extinction is the end of birth. It doesn't come back ever. It's because of that we're spurred on to additional thing that we got to do. And that is where we find unjust, unrighteous laws, we have to break them. So the third thing I'm getting at here is civil disobedience. I ask you to hold off the timber beast as long as you possibly can and cost them as much money as you possibly can until they arrest you.
We're the future, but the way things are going, future America is going to be desolation.
These are the brothers and sisters, these are the comrades that are going to help save these places. We need to get to know each other and let this fast be part of what binds our community together, because it's going to take a lot of strength, and you're going to need to feel that strength down in your gut as you're standing up for what you believe in, and as you're standing up for this life other than human life, and as you're standing up for the future generations. Thank you very much.
We welcome you. We welcome you. Won't you come and dance with us? Come and dream with us. Come and dream with us. Come and work with us. 'Cause we
There's more that direct action does than actually even stop the fallers. We didn't stop the fallers that day, but we created an incredible public event. And when we create these public events and we show that Americans and as human beings, we are willing to take this stand and say enough is enough, and practice this message that enough is enough and no more raping of this land in a nonviolent way, we put pressure on the politics of America. This is a true people's movement, and we're organizing, and we're going to go down there, and we're going to try to stop these sales from happening.
You guys need help with something?
Yeah. What's going on?
Let's go see him. Well, what do we got? Huggers, huh? Hey, all right. No problem. Get their license number.
In 1994, at the Winchester Dam, they counted 1 fish, and now they figure that there's less than 100 wild salmon left in the Umpqua, where there used to be tens of thousands.
The BLM and the Forest Service are destroying the stands that feed these streams. And what they're going to feed these streams is silt, which is going to kill off the last cutthroat trout and the last steelhead.
You wouldn't cut with us down here, would you?
Yeah, I would.
Hey, please don't cut that tree with us down here.
Hey, I'll tell you guys something. I'm colorblind, and I can't see very well, so if I have to get one of these on you, it won't be my fault.
Don't cut that tree down. There's trees in here that are very old. You don't have a right to cut them down.
If 250 million people knew this was going on, this would be stopped in a week.
Can you just tell me why you're chained up here today? I'm chained here today because I've done it all. I've done petitions, I've collected postcards, I've met with public officials, I've lobbied, I've talked to people on the streets. Nothing upon nothing is working. This is the last stand, and I'm taking it.
Are these vehicles going to be moved with people pinned under them?
If that's the only way we can move them, that's what's going to
So these vehicles will be moved with people pinned under them?
They will be moved.
They will be moved.
I think we need to salvage the old growth stuff.
All of it?
Well, I think a lot of it can be gone through.
And if this isn't greed, I don't know what is. I protest.
Bust. The trees will go and the jobs will follow. No compromise or first.
looking for the bottom of the creek here. Somewhere down there.
I feel so much protected by people seen and unseen. You know, I see so many of you that are among those people, and I just want to say thank you. Eating is a sacrament. There's no life without death, and it's not wrong to kill to live. It's wrong to ignore it. It's wrong to run away from it. Thank you, Creator, for having this opportunity, and let me eat now so that I can do your work. That's what I'd like to do right now, and thanks so much.
Beautiful people doing beautiful things out there. Welcome home, Tim.
Oh, it's so nice to be here. I'm glad to see 70-mile-an-hour winds couldn't blow it down.
Hey, what's up, Tim?
Gee, I'm way up. I think I want to get up there, maybe, huh? When I come in, welcome aboard!
Everybody that comes up here is basically a friend. I mean, even if you don't know them, they're just totally, because everybody's doing it for the cause, you know what I mean? So, I mean, they're all friends, you know what I mean? Saving these trees, it's great. Trees are the wonderful thing of life, man.
What's going on here is just rippling out in a lot of different ways. This is where the power to save the forest comes from. It's all coming from this place up here. And I want you guys to just to keep letting that power come through you and let it keep working through you. It flows from the forest and right out into everybody else. And it's just by giving it all up that you can have it all. It's so great that you guys are leading that. Just giving thanks. I feel so welcomed up here, and it was the knowing this up here was here. I'd like to bow before I leave. I just want to bow to you all. I'll see you soon. Right on.
Talking about what can we do so that they can't drive around the door.
Yeah.
Because the lockdown in the ditch really sucks.
Okay.
In the eyes of the Forest Service, this is destruction of government property, a federal offense. And some critics are even calling these protesters domestic terrorists.
Get your good static line.
How did you guys put all that plastic up in the warehouses?
What are you growing? You don't like being videoed. Are you a little camera shy? Stop it.
people that come up here and fired weapons into the air and shouted things at us. And you know, there were federal agents up here that destroyed one of our structures. It's that intersection of the seriousness, the deadly seriousness of, you know, what we're engaged in, and, you know, of the repercussions that what we're doing individually, and yet the repercussions of what it would mean to destroy this place, and just living on that edge, you know, sleeping with handcuffs around our wrists, you know, waking up with every little sound on this road and wondering what's out there.
No, dude. Dude, they might want to kick. They probably want to kick somebody's ass.
Hey, what's happening, dudes? Hey, kids. How's it going? All right, you got a problem? Hey, how's it going, man? You got a problem, huh? What? You got a problem? No, I don't have a problem. Baby. Take the walk back. Public ground, buddy. Public ground. Hey, no, public ground. Come on. Walk back. Walk back. Come on. Okay. We don't want to see any type of vandalism, gentlemen. Hey, nobody's doing vandalism. What the fuck is this vandalism? Cut him down. Look at this trees right here. You just killed this shit right here. Would you like to have a discussion? You just killed this shit. Look at this. This is green poles right there. That's a good point. That's an excellent point.
Nobody was into it. No new food was coming up. People weren't bringing up food. They were just getting here with barely their lives intact. So morale was like sinking like a stone and everything like that. But we just sat tight up here. We were just rocks, and we, you know, they sent up these parties of people that are like, we're pulling out, you know, you guys, anytime you want to leave, just give us a signal, we'll get you out of there and everything. But we just sat fully tight, and we were like, no way, we're styling. Yeah. We're styling up here, come up and see it.
Those are amazing people that were willing to snowshoe 5 miles up a hill to spend a couple of weeks in a snowbound camp in the middle of a forest on a logging road. But people stayed throughout the whole wintertime. And people were starting to realize that Warner Creek was getting a lot bigger, and the issue wasn't just about one forest anymore. And for us in the Warner Creek campaign, it wasn't just about forests anymore. We were starting to look at the way our whole society was organized, the way we as individuals related to the land, and the way we related to each other. And in that time at the Warner Creek campaign, a lot of the women were looking at the way men and women are raised differently in this society, and the way men are afforded a privilege, many privileges that women aren't afforded. We live in a patriarchal society, and we're all conditioned to act that way. It was true in the forest campaign. I mean, men were the ones cutting down the forest. Men were the ones profiting from it. It was a man in the White House and mostly men in Congress that were making these laws, and when we broke those laws, it was mostly men that took us away to jail. But it wasn't just true in the mainstream society. Within our own campaign, the positions of men and women were quite often different, and women didn't like it and had to fight against it. Men were mostly the ones holding the video cameras, and men were mostly the ones that stood in front of them and talked. And every single meeting that we had, every single action that we planned and carried out, there were always issues of male dominance that had to be looked at. And as much as they were trying to make us look at it, a lot of men had a hard time focusing on that issue. There was a lot of pain in our camp, and there was always the excuse on the men's side that forests were falling and that we could look at our deep-seated patterns later, but we needed to get out in the forest and address that issue right now.
Let's move now.
Hey, sit together.
not even falling.
Hey!
We don't mean any bad towards you guys. We're just trying to watch out for our brothers in trees.
Hey, get that camera up here! Get him on film right now, man! He's not turning it off. He knows someone's locked under.
There's an old woman. She's 80 years old. 80 years old woman locked in the back of your truck. You will kill her.
Right down the Don't move your truck. Shut your truck off, man.
There's an 80-year-old woman locked in
Yeah! Get those flares set up.
Okay.
Let him know. Dot is here. Somebody tell him.
Will you go talk to the driver? I want to be sure that he's getting the right message, that this is an act of love, and it has nothing to do with him. It's caring for the trees and the people and all beings.
I know that there are a lot of hot feelings in town. I want to be quite honest about it. This is a very controversial rally. It's a very controversial situation. And instead of the occasional death threats and things that we've had, I invite those people who disagree with us to be honest enough to come and talk to us.
The Forest Service has an order here signed, number 192, closing it. And so anybody that does violate it will be arrested for trespass. You know?
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
So, and we understand what we're doing here.
We're going to have the opportunity now to have one more song to help us build our strength from Quiltman. During this song, I want you to feel inside yourself how far you're willing to go today. Ask yourself the question, if there were 100 people walking across the line today, would I be one of them? And then after Quiltman gets done, let's put up our hands and see who would be willing to be one among 100 willing to cross the line today.
For my mother, for my elders, and my son.
Watch me, man. Watch my back.
This land is yours. This land is my land. From California to the Boston Harbor. From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. There's more of us than them. As I went rambling, that ribbon highway, I saw the love me, I saw the skyway, I saw the love me.
until all of America wants to stand up and try to save this place, they're just going to keep on cutting.
What do you think about all these kids are doing?
I think they're getting a good taste of history, just as they did 30 years ago in Mississippi. I was watching. Same issue. It's a fight against evil. Evil to lynch black people and evil to cut these trees down.
Coming to you from high up in the trees, on a platform above the main blockade. We got water up here. We got battery, charger, sunglasses, cables, extrabiners, sleeping bag, blanket, ropes, food stash. We got a zip line, notice this. Goes all the way down into the forest where we can zip video cassettes to runners.
We're living in a very important time right now. We knew this a long time ago in ceremony. They told us this was going to come. We have to learn to reconnect with nature and nature's true laws. The natural elements that are here, the earth, the winds, the fire, and the water. These are the gifts that the Creator has given us, and without any one of them we couldn't survive. It's important that you're here and what you're doing here. We hope that you will stay strong, and no matter what they're trying to do to you physically, if you stay strong spiritually, they can't harm you. Any change that we're going to create is going to come from that way, and we need to understand that.
What started as just a initial one lockdown scenario on a road up at the gate to halt Forest Service has now turned into like almost a year-long roadblock, which has grown from one lockdown to over 15 lockdown situations, and at least I'd say 500 people to 1,000 have come up here and camped, and we've had all these big shot media people, we've had newspapers, and we've had school kids, prep schools from Vermont come here to do all-night watch shifts for us with their teachers, and it's really been an inspirational place for activists all over the country.
they can get me out is to break my hand off.
Can I come in and interview somebody?
No.
With press?
No.
No?
He says that the building is closed as long as there are protesters here, although he's not sure how you define protester.
Is it something other than a citizen?
Wait a minute. If you're coming in here as a single individual who has a big wad of money in his back pocket and wants to take some of your tax money from subsidized timber, the welcome mat is out. If you're coming here as just a regular citizen, as a large group of people who seem to represent what most Americans want, they don't have any time for you.
I don't think DeFazio's in town, but he has staff.
Right.
They can call him.
Right.
I mean, he has some clout. Not a bad idea at all.
Kind of neglected in certain other places. Our federal government has been neglecting us.
Okay.
We went over to the federal building to talk with the Forest Service, and they locked the doors on us.
They never.
They did.
Oh, I'm Libby. Who are you?
I'm Jan, and these are just concerned people.
Aaron, come on in. Can y'all fit?
So folks, this is Jeff Steer. He's legislative director for Peter DeFazio. He's in Washington, D.C. right now talking to us. Warner Creek has gotten the attention of the president's chief of staff.
Great.
Leon Panetta. So. What basically people are seeing today is that we can start getting ready in our minds to leave the blockade. Well, what we just want to make certain is that there's enough attention around this now that some lower level people within a lot of machismo want to go up there and start trying to develop arrests so that they can feel better about this whole thing when the political decision is going to be to protect the place. Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, Jeff. Bye-bye. Folks, this is great news. This is the first time any of us have ever heard that there was actually a process in place to stop the logging within the administration at the Warner North sale. So to hear from a legislative assistant that this is now probably what the administration is going to do is the most serious indication we've heard yet that we're going to save this place and they're not going to get one black stick.
Warner Creek is going to make our masses really grow because
Right.
people like to be in on a winning thing. A little bit scary hanging out in the woods, a little bit scary facing down the Freddies, but when you got a victory and people can see that it's actually going to make a difference.
Like, we shouldn't take down any of the fortifications.
Absolutely not. Well,
or any of the
Signs of human habitation.
all signs of human habitation is the words we're using right now.
But the wall across the red and the lower blockade are the big questions.
Welcome to 300 days of active resistance in Cascadia.
When I was a kid, I'd watch protesters on TV and be like, you know, I'd always be on their side, it would seem, you know. And then just being here doing it's great.
Well, I don't know is about you, but you drive me wild. Well, I don't know is about you, but you drive me wild. When I'm close to you, you blow my fuse. I don't know what to do again. Butterflies, see your eyes.
that's so tight.
Okay. Well, you don't want the Freddies to yank you apart. Earth first, hand fasting.
And from this day forward, I will commit myself to respect and defend. All things wild and free. I'm a minister, and I guess I have to make it official. Kelsey, congratulations. Your parents are now married.
I'd like to make an announcement. We all just committed to this place and to Warner, and people are desperately needed at base camp. And you know, I think until we see paper on this place saying that it's saved, we need to keep that place up. And there's one person there now.
There's about to be 2 more, and anyone else wants to come with us.
It's the responsibility of the entire community here. And I'm kind of bummed that nobody thought about sending 2 people over in the morning.
Is this a lockdown?
Yeah, that's the door.
You got your arm down in the ground?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, the sun will be up there in a bit, and then we'll...
Are you deciding to come in here and cut?
Nope. Just go get our road cleaned up.
Is this place going to get cut?
Nope.
They canceled it.
The paper was, you may not believe me, but the paper was signed yesterday, and that's the honest to God truth.
Yeah, we were hiking in to try and see if there was anything we could do to help. We saw a bird come flying in, landed about 50 feet away, and lo and behold, it was a spotted owl. And it would look over at the blockade, it would look over at us.
We are totally honored by that animal's presence, and that animal honored us by coming so close. It was like it sought us out in the woods. We didn't just happen upon it, it sought us out.
Okay. As a federal law enforcement officer, it's my duty to inform you that you're in violation of special closure number 208, Warner Creek. You're now given 5 minutes to leave the closure area. If you do not leave, you will be arrested for criminal trespass.
You have 5 minutes to get out of here, and you have actually less than 5 minutes.
Okay, well, I'm not concerned about that because I'm not.
All you need to know is that this whole thing is closed, the road's closed. We could arrest you right now.
Why not, if you're so concerned about this and the sale's been canceled, bring us the proof?
Because we couldn't get it in writing. We're not going to be able to get it in writing. Us, on the ground, personally, for a few days. This is the government.
How do we trust these people? Because
You've
we
got
need
to.
proof that you will be allowed to get out and into town.
Are they going to walk them down, or are you going to walk them down?
They'll take them for you.
We're going to go down and start at the bottom.
You all don't want the media to know about this? Is that what's going on?
That probably has a little bit to do with it.
Reporter, photographer, register guard hiked in, get their story, and this is their fate. They're handcuffed, and now all their gear is being searched and seized.
right behind you is, you know, the wall.
Mm-hmm.
What did that represent to a lot of people in the Forest Service?
I don't know.
What did it represent to you? Did it represent more than just a blockade, or do you know what people were trying to do when they're putting up that wall?
I never really thought about what it represents to me. I
Really?
didn't give that much thought.
Okay.
For over 11 and a half months, all people, all beings were able to come freely and hike and enjoy the splendor of the magnificent forest. My brothers and sisters that stand with me, growing wild and free in the high Cascades. 4 courageous, strong, passionate women locked down to concrete barrels on that road to defend me and all my relations. Right now we've got the inside word, live and direct from Tim Ream, and then we are going to take the streets and march to the jail where our people are being arraigned. Tim.
I just got done an hour with the chief of the Willamette National Forest, and I can tell you, without a doubt, Warner Creek is not yet saved.
Not saved!
The thing that we have done most effectively, more than anything else, is make Warner Creek into a national issue. The only thing that we can put faith in is continuing our own direct actions. In town, up on the hill. We gotta keep that up. We gotta keep the pressure on. We got 4 sisters right now that have not eaten. They've been locked up in solitary confinement. They're on their 4th day. As long as these sisters are willing to stay inside, we should be on the outside supporting them. All right? So, on our way over there, we might want to just give them a little bit of support. Their names are Lupin, Raven, Hemlock, Madrone. Lupin, Raven, Hemlock, Madrone. Lupin, Raven, Hemlock, Madrone. Okay, with what voice I have left. This gentleman right here is Lieutenant Sachet. He tells me that he is in charge right now. He says that at the 1:30 arraignment, which is going to go on right now, one of you are allowed inside. How many of you think that you are the one? Let's see what Lieutenant Sachet has to say. Which one of us can come?
One of all of us.
I'm not going to make that choice.
There's no way here. This is a diverse group of people that represent all sorts of different interests. People are here to see different people that are inside there. People are here for different purposes. There are members of the media.
It's the Constitution. They have a right to public trial.
We're tired of secrecy. These people were arrested in secrecy. The press was arrested. Their notebooks were confiscated. Their film was confiscated. They were arrested in secrecy. They should be tried in public. They should be arraigned.
Directive from the judge that no one of the protesters is now allowed into the courtroom.
We're not protesters. We're here to witness.
That's the information that I have.
What's a protester?
It's a violation of our constitutional rights. Of the earth.
This is a notice. You are in a position of imminent arrest. Cascadia rising!
Circling islands, it's a tropical storm. Land anywhere, I was perfectly warm. About tribulations, warned about trials, I feel juried and judged with a paranoid smile. 'cause in this world people are living in truth.
You see it? Keep getting that shit.
I'm as high as a kite on some mile-long string. Clouds break apart, I see everything. And I think to myself, what an incredible string. It holds me to the ground, it keeps me flying. If I look to myself, if I look to myself, let's see. Well, I went back to my hometown. Everything's in its place, the ways I remember, though a few names have changed. It's all cut up in circles, carved into squares, miles and miles without going anywhere.
So what's going on at the jail right now?
Sis has entered the jail at this time, and she's going to convey the press release that was just handed down from a gentleman from the Register Guard that came out 2:30 p.m.
Slow down. About what?
August 23rd.
What's going on?
That Thomas Creek agreed with the Department of Agriculture to release the seals for a cost at around $475,000.
Oh, when you bite into nature, nature bites back. It's just the ways that it is, a matter of fact. If I look to myself, if I look to myself, I would see people in trees.
citizen?
Travelers,
Yeah.
Dodgers and swagmen, vandals and rounders, wandering hobo town to towner. Come join the circle dance of jolly fools, squatters and crusties who make their own rules. Riverbed beggars, carousers and thieves are only motto. Anarchy.
Think that you are the one.
Living for the music, the law, and the laugh. Hooray for the riffraff. Migrating drifters, buskers on the streets, minstrels and gypsies with no shoes on our feet. Oh, drovers and rovers, nomad souls, rank and feral vagabonds laying down the bedroll. Tree spikers and diggers, wobblies and the like, monkey wrenching saboteurs, wooden shoe Luddites, bolt weevils and tricksters, elves and sprites. We laugh the dozers burn and escape into the night. Hooray for our band of happy ragged folk, telling old stories and fireside jokes, living for the music, the love and the laugh. Hooray for the riffraff. Raging grannies and punkers revel in our lot. We don't care what we look like and we don't wear underwear. Go ahead and stare, we are everywhere. Hooray for our band of happy ragged folk, telling old stories and fireside jokes, living for the music, the love and the laugh. Hooray for the riffraff. Hooray for our band of happy ragged folk, telling old stories and fireside jokes, living for the music, the love. Give me that! Give me that!